where a family, they saw a deepfake image of their daughter, and they reacted to it right away. The textbooks that were drafted by our textbook board, if you scan it through Google Lens and copy the text and paste it into any AI detection tool, it will tell you that almost 90% of that text is written through AI. And these technologies are heavily being used in warfare right now, and UK has even conducted AI safety summits, and it has invited many states into these summits, and basically they are talking about the endangerment to the human beings. Regarding the authenticity of the AI-generated content, we have seen a huge influx of the AI-generated content on the social media, and there are lots and lots of concerns about that. And European Union and some of the major institutions in the world have started adapting legislations on this particular issue. So technically, if we talk about the tools that can detect this AI-generated content, there are not lots of publicly available tools out there. There are some tools that are provided to the states, to some of the larger corporations, but that come at a hefty price. So not everyone can afford them. And specifically when we talk about Pakistan, we see that there is a huge lack of employment of such tools by PTA and some other institutions. I have had opportunity to work with FIA on some of the issues, and by that time I came to know that there are lots and lots of improvement areas that can be patched in the working of the PTA. So basically this all lies in the jurisdiction of the PTA, and if they are able to gather some of the very competent AI engineers in the country as well, so if we gather them, round them up, and I believe that we can develop one of our own AI tools. And one of the major concerns about this issue is that we as Pakistani, we as a society are very short-tempered. Like whenever we see such type of content, we do not adhere to the behavior, like to confirm the authenticity of that content. We just react to that right away. As a society, we need to change this behavior. And even in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that whenever you come across a news, you have to confirm the authenticity of that first. With the release of the ChatGPT in November 2022, this creator economy has boomed up, and we see lots and lots of AI generated content on YouTube, and the majority of those AI generated content are product of our dopamine rush. So basically whatever we assume, whatever we want to see, we make it happen through AI. So not only is the development of such tools is necessary by the concerned stakeholders such as PTA, but there has to be some awareness programs by the TV channels, by the radio programs, and even in schools, colleges and universities that conform to the behavior that we have to adopt. When we talk about the legal consequences of the deepfakes, first of all, we have to understand the legislation of the AI that is present in our current system of the law. And unfortunately, we do not have any rules and regulations about how AI is going to be perceived in the near future. We see a huge influx, a huge increase in the cyber crimes. Like very recently, if we exercise our Right to Information Act and we inquire about the recent cyber crimes pertaining to the deepfakes, we will see that the graph of these crimes reported is very upward. And these are just those cases that have been reported. There have been numerous cases that don't even go reported. The deepfakes and the legislations and the laws, we actually do not have any system in place to cater to these issues, and that prompts a huge response from the concerned stakeholders, from the lawmakers, that we understand the very basic of these deepfakes and we study what is going on around the world. Like UK is regulating this artificial intelligence. The United States has introduced a AI Bill of Rights, and even some of the major countries such as Germany have included AI regulations in their law. So Pakistan is far behind from even these table talks. The need of the hour is that these laws should be implemented, the awareness programs should be carried out, and the legal system has to be updated so that we can cater to these reported cybercrimes. And I have also seen that majority of the women are victim of these deepfakes, and not only the celebrities but some of the very common citizens. I have seen a case where a family, they saw a deepfake image of their daughter, and they reacted to it right away. They did not even investigate it. She was a very good girl. She has good ethics. She has a good academic profile as well. But instead of accounting all of this, and instead of trusting their daughter, instead of asking the questions, investigating this matter, what they did is that they killed her. They killed their own daughter. The TV, the broadcast media did not even highlight that case because it is basically beyond their comprehension as well. This demands very strict and prompt legislations and rules and laws, definitely. Well, if we talk about the curriculum, like the recent textbooks that were drafted by our textbook board, if you scan it through Google Lens and copy the text and paste it into any AI detection tool, it will tell you that almost 90% of that text is written through AI. So we are doing that very well. Like we are even writing all of our textbooks through AI now. And the people who have to approve that text, they simply don't know where this comes from. So we are teaching our kids what is written through AI. So I believe that this tells us very much about what we want to do with AI and education. So we are far beyond, like what the need of the hour is that our academia, our industry and our government has to bridge the gaps that they have between them. If we are not doing that, like we are not doing that, and as a consequence, the competent sector of the industry, the competent people in the industry who have command over these topics, they are leaving the country for better opportunities. So this responsibility lies upon the government, that if they want to integrate artificial intelligence, integrate the futuristic technologies such as business intelligence, such as blockchain and Internet of Things, data sciences, so they have to provide a platform that bridges basically the gap between the academia and the industry and the government. It is doing that already, and if we talk about the conflict of Palestine and Israel, we see that an AI named by Hasbara, the gospel AI, is heavily being used by Israel, and Microsoft, Amazon and Google are providing the resources to basically fuel this engine that is doing all the genocide there right now. So even if we have seen that the employees of these companies have protested against Microsoft. We saw this hijabi girl who even stood up to this issue, and Bill Gates was delivering a speech and she stood up to him and she basically shouted that you are fueling the genocide right there. All of these companies, Microsoft, Google and Amazon, have laid off these employees who protested against these companies. So we saw that the autonomous drones, the intercepted communication and all of these technologies are being used by Israel. And even if we look at the Ukraine and Russia war, we see that fiber optic drones, like kilometers of kilometers, fiber optics are being laid, and we see the birds, making their nests with these fiber optic cables. Nobody is talking about the repercussions of these technologies on our environment as well. So AI and these technologies are heavily being used in warfare right now, and UK has even conducted AI safety summits, and it has invited many states into these summits, and basically they are talking about the endangerment to the human beings that is going to be perceived in the near future, because we have been seeing the incorporation of AI into these warfare right now. So that is a huge danger, and instead of using this AI for peacekeeping purposes, for bringing about the evolution to the humanity, we are doing this otherwise. Like the same happened with nuclear energy. Like instead of having it to produce safe energy and basically fulfill the need of a country, we are using, like majority of the states in this world are using this as a warfare tactic. Some of the institutions in Pakistan, they are independent enough, like you get an idea, they are independent enough that they don't rely on the government to do these tasks. Actually, it is the job of the government to train such generation of Pakistan that is fully equipped with the technology of the new era. Like we have seen that the person who sabotaged this Indian grid system, that was a 17-year-old boy in Pakistan. So he was leading that team. So we have that talent, but the problem is this has to be taken up by the government itself. Instead of fueling the brain drain, instead of fueling the disappointment that is in the youth. And by the way, median age of Pakistan is almost 20 years. Like half of the population of the Pakistan is 20 years, less than 20 years old. So that brings us to an issue. The government has to set up a body, or has to set up a department that is a merger of the academia and the industry, and they study the upcoming trends of the technology, and they go into the different universities. They hire the best talent in those universities. They form those groups. They provide an opportunity financially, technically, to those talented individuals, so that when they are job ready, so that when they are ready to step into the corporate world, they are able to serve the interests of our nation. Like we saw in our recent war with India, that Pakistan was, alhamdulillah, ready to do a rebuttal of every Indian aggression. So that was a readiness, and this is the exact readiness that we have to ensure in the future as well.